Hi, Brian. First of all, your thoughts on the Olympic qualification. How do you look at it? Because it's your maiden Olympic appearance this time.
Well, really excited. I think it's something which I've always done, and kind of finally qualify gives I think a lot of relief, to be honest, and a lot of expectations is going to be there in the next few months. But I think for me it's going to be really important how I enjoy this phase of the performance.
Uh, from Tokyo Olympics to Paris Olympics, one player who has been consistently raising the bar for from Indian singles women's players is it's been you. We've seen your rise the last 3 years. Uh, but if you talk about your performance in the 2023, where you have done some doing very good job having tons of medals at the best of the podiums, how does that performance bode you now when you are entering the Paris Olympics mode?
Well, I think the one thing which I tell myself is to not compare the results each and every time. I think 2023 was almost 6 months back, and I think things change. I think the situations change, players change, I think the game style changes. So it's really important to update yourself with what's happening and to keep doing the changes accordingly. And I think that's where you keep getting better as a player, and I think that's what I've been kind of trying to do also in the last couple of years, where I've not been stuck with any kind of training or any kind of situation. I've always been trying to evolve and always been trying to be brave enough to take tough decisions. So getting into an Olympic cycle also, I think it's really important to work things from a fact saying that how well you can play in a bigger stadium, what are the preparations which you can do for that. And so I think these kind of things are going to be the question of getting fans.
You and Lakshya both have qualified. Does that put you to, put some pressure on you, or the rise of Indian badminton overall in men's? Because after a long gap, two men's singles players have qualified. How do you look at it?
Well, I think it's something which is great for the Indian badminton to have two men's singles out there, and for me personally, I think it would give an extra motivation to definitely perform better. And somebody like Laksh, I think, is somebody who I think who always puts in that effort to kind of get good results out there, and he's I think he's constantly on the hunt to get good results. So to have somebody like him for this entire period, to have to kind of maybe train together also in the next coming months also could definitely give an extra edge to my preparations. And I think that is definitely going to be a boost for the entire Indian fans as well, because now we have one more player out there who has the chance to kind of be on the podium and give India that extra medal as well.
There's always expectation from Indian shuttlers whenever they enter into the Olympics because of what we've seen in the last three Olympics. Does that put the shuttlers under pressure, or is it an added advantage because the opponents are not going to take you guys lightly?
I think it's always an added extra pressure of this. As you said, I think the last 15 years, I think they've always been able to come back with big medals in bigger events, say World Championship, Olympics, or Asian Games. So whenever you are going for these kind of games, I think the fans expect you to come back and kind of keep getting better in that medal color as well. I think, and they have always been able to perform also, I would say, fortunately, and I hope that we can kind of better our performances in Paris and come back with many more medals for the country.
If we talk about the men's doubles players, Satvik and Chirag, they are the world number ones, and we are expecting something good from them as well because of the rankings, and not just because of the rankings, because they have played some sensational badminton in the last over the year or so. Having such champion players in the contingent, how will it be a psychological boost for the rest of their squad?
Well, I think Satvik Chirag has been proving that they are the number one in the world with not just the ranking, but I think the consistency in performances out there, and to do that day in day out is not easy out there. To go out there and win tournaments are not easy, and for them, I think it's really important to choose the tournaments coming in, especially getting into the Olympics, and to be physically fit out there, because I am sure that if they're physically fit out there, then I don't see anybody else kind of giving them a fight out there in Olympics. But as I said, Olympics is a different ball game, and it's all on how you kind of deal with the pressure entirely. And I'm very, very hopeful that that they're going to come back with a medal, and hoping that it will be a gold as well.
You yourself have been one of the, most uh, toughest of opponents to fight with. We've seen you battling for hours in the game. What is the secret to your resilience on the court?
I think it's probably the way I was brought up, and I think probably the way I've learned how to play badminton, and things never came easy for me, and I had to always fight hard for being in a team. Being in a team, or probably being in a podium, I think I always had to fight for it, and I think it never came easy, especially when I was young. So I knew that if I had to do something different, I had to be just resilient out there. And you never know when the big results come, but it's important to be resilient, and I think that's what I keep doing, and I think I feel really happy trying to do it.
Last question: what are your plans going into the Olympics? Because the word peaking becomes the talk of the town whenever a big event approaches. So, how you intend to peak at the right time?
I have no clue how this is done, to be honest. I think the coaches and the support staff probably might know it much better, but for me, the only thing in mind is to obviously get a few consistent performances in the next coming months, to make sure that you are in a good frame of mind getting into Paris, and there is a lot of match under your belt before you head to Paris, so that you know the situations much better, and you are in a situation to again fight mentally and physically.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.